Guys, welcome back. It's Painkiller already, episode 23. Was it? What episode are we on?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The number will be up here above us.
Don't ask me, I'm new.
Hopefully Woody will be back next week so we can start live streaming on Justin TV again. And we have a couple guests today. We're actually stacked pretty high. We have our buddy Onslaught filling in for Woody again.
What's up, guys? I'll do my best.
We have everybody's favorite FPS Kyle and his dad's story of the week.
Yeah.
And we got a professional Halo player, and was it Justin BossNasti Silva?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
And we're going to be mainly talking about Reach today, and we're going to be talking about MLG
Damn, Wings.
success.
Yeah, what about
I forgot all about TMart.
Oh,
Your ass has been silent.
I thought we missed somebody.
We have that guy named TMart too. I don't know who he is.
Oh,
Yeah. He's there.
What's up, guys?
All right. As we all know, Reach dropped on Tuesday night, and Reach was let me go and tell the story about the Reach dropping. I got noticed big time at the Reach dropping. I had to sign autographs. I had to take pictures with the guys that dressed up as Team Noble. Apparently, they took like some cardboard and made shin pads, chest armor. They even made a paper mache battle rifle. It was pretty cool. I'll try to get those pictures out to you guys. But what are your guys' first thoughts on Halo Reach? Who wants to start?
I'll go first. I enjoyed Halo 2. I enjoyed Halo. I've enjoyed them all. But there's just something about the DMR being a single shot and the reticle bloom that it goes in the direction that I'm always preaching toward when it comes to Call of Duty. Making it for better players. Because the reticle bloom definitely makes it so that if you're not controlling your shot and controlling your rate of fire, then you're going to lose the gunfight. The guy who spams the trigger 10 times is going to lose to that guy who carefully fires 5 shots. But I'm not a very good Halo player, so I don't want stuff like that. I want noob tubes and one-shot battle rifles and shit like that. I want my battle rifle back.
Start with the rocket launcher. I don't want to go get it.
Yeah, give me one.
Or the sniper.
Give me one, just because I paid for it or something. Let me pay $20 extra and give me a rocket launcher every spawn. But seriously,
oh Lord,
I don't like the DMR. I don't like the needle rifle. I miss being able to dual wield stuff because that's an awesome noob tactic, and you could just kind of spray the shit out of somebody, then melee them and pick your other dual.
God.
oh Lord.
I like the easy stuff that.
Yeah. How
Whatever.
long do you think you'll be playing Reach? Do you think you'll be playing it for
Me?
a while, or do you think you'll go back to the Call of Duty stuff soon?
I already quit. What are you talking about?
I think the first night, the second night, I haven't played with you since, so I didn't know.
Yeah, also, I've been trying to avoid his Scrubby Dubby friends.
I did mine. I haven't checked. You guys, you can check people's stats online. I don't know. My KD is probably somewhere between a 0.9 and a 1.2, somewhere in there. Just guessing offhand. I can go into a rumble pit, which is a free for all or whatever, and I can win those. And in a team deathmatch, if I've got good players with me and we're not playing against campers, then I can go 2-1 in a good game. But for the most part, I'm just not enjoying it. It doesn't have the twitch reflex, quick off kind of stuff that Call of Duty has, and it doesn't interest me as much as playing single player on Dead Space does these days. So I don't know. I got one video from it. I got a stockpile game, and the only reason I'm uploading it is because the guys were douches and they ran to our flags and threw them off the map. It was incredibly gay.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's definitely a change of pace if you're a solely or for the most part a Call of Duty or Twitch first person shooter. Like you said, I enjoy it. I like it a lot. The one thing, but I'm more of like a pure FPS player, I guess. I don't like the loadout stuff. I could definitely do without. Every time a game comes up, I'm selecting the pro version regardless. Most of the time, if I'm online playing, I'm either playing in the arena or I'm messing around in Forge. So other than that, I wish they had an objective game type in the arena playlist. But other than that, man, all the loadouts and stuff, it just annoys me. Like it really gets away from who's better with the rifle, But
I hate
I'm liking
grenades.
Oh.
Yeah, we were looking at Wings' stats earlier. How many deaths you have? Like, I don't know, how many?
Over 300 grenade stats on actually killing me, and who knows how many assists the grenades put out on the battle rifle deaths.
Yeah.
I am a grenade magnet.
They love you, bro. They're just attracted to your body.
I need Woody. Woody needs to get back off his Disney cruise. I need to play with him so they throw grenades at his ass.
Oh, come on. We all know where Woody really went. He's at a nudist colony. I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans.
But yeah, I mean, as far as my take on Reach, this is BossNasti for everyone who doesn't recognize my voice. But one of the things I'd like to say is that I honestly think Reach, as far as I know, one of the big concerns was kind of expanding and broadening the skill gap in Reach coming out, because a lot of people felt that. In games like Halo 2 and Halo 3, or excuse me, people felt that in Halo 2, the skill gap was very widened because of things like the BXR and the double shot and the quad shot. And, for anyone who's watched Walshy's, 8-9 minute montage video that he paid, a bunch of money for, you're really able to see, how he is able to really use the full potential and utilize these side factors in a game where he literally widened the skill gap. Just because that was one of the big things he was known for. And as well as a lot of other Halo pros at that time, is he would just literally, I watch his videos and, he would literally just sit here and quad shot somebody in 2 seconds. And they would be down before they even, literally get this, before they could even get the second shot off on him.
Yeah, but you have to remember that wasn't intentional by Bungie. That was a glitch in the game.
No, of course, yes.
It was where if you hit the trigger button at the right timing, you could fire 2 bursts for extreme. You could kill somebody in less than 2 seconds with your VR in Halo 2, and it was a glitch in the game. It was a glitch that it showed up so late in the game's life that they didn't have time to remove it. There was really no point in trying to really address it. It's the same with the BXR, which was a one-hit kill. Imagine walking around the map with a sword in your hand the entire game. That's kind of how it worked.
It made the weapon. It pretty much made the weapon a short, medium, and long-range weapon for everything. It was your universal weapon. It was almost like the same comparison. This was actually one of the examples I wanted to bring up, comparing to Reach, or at least the new gameplay of it, is that for, it's almost like Shadowrun. And a lot of Shadowrun pro players, like myself back in the day, because I didn't play Shadowrun professionally. But the thing is, you look at a game like Shadowrun, and this game was designed from the ground up by Foster Studios to be strictly competitive. This game was designed to be put on MLG. There's no campaign, there's no single player. All there is just tutorials and online multiplayer play. That's it. And this game was phenomenal. The skill gap, if you want to play a game that you will not be good at for probably the first month of playing it, you want to go play a game like Shadowrun. It's almost the same thing as like playing a game like Counter-Strike. You can't just go on the game and get kills galore. You can't just go on something like Call of Duty or Halo and get a kill. You really have to work to get good at this game. And a weapon in Shadowrun, which was like the universal weapon in competitive play, was the rifle. And a lot of people, the rifle, Shadowrun was phenomenal just because it was like really the first 360 game that really implemented Ridicule Bloom, which is what we see a lot now in Halo Reach, what we're going to be seeing when Gears 3 comes out, because now they're starting to implement Ridicule Bloom, because everyone's understanding that it really separates, like you were saying, Onslaught, which I completely agree with, was that it separates the people who spam the trigger to the people who think about how to shoot their weapon. And that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we were talking about sensitivity earlier too. I'm one of those players that, similar to Wings, I always play on a low sensitivity. I think on Modern Warfare 2 I'm like a 2. On Halo I've always been a 3. And I found that since they've introduced the Reticle Bloom in Reach, I bumped my sensitivity up because I'm naturally firing my primary weapon a lot slower than I would typically have to in other Halo shooters. So that's helping me in close quarters, being able to deal with maneuvering and stuff quicker. So that's
exactly. If you can turn around and hit a 180, exactly.
Yeah,
you can do it faster.
Which has been pretty advantageous. So
now, see, one problem I have with Reach, and I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't really seem like the maps are as balanced. Halo 3 was my first Halo game, and it seemed like all those maps were really balanced. And it just seems sometimes on Reach
like symmetrical.
Well, just being able to move around the map. Cage.
I think the idea is like Cage and Reflection. Like Reflection, whoever owns the elevators owns the map. Cage, whoever owns the health hill owns the map. Because if you get stuck down there near the sniper rifle, you're gonna get fucked.
Right, if you're
disadvantage.
If you're at that sniper rifle, you can either go up that left long hallway where you have no cover, or you can go up the lift. Those are the only two ways you can get up to the main part of the map, and I don't know if I like that. It seems a little bit too unfair.
I gotcha. Well, those maps would literally never be designed for competitive play, with the exception of possibly Reflection, which is the ivory tower from Halo 2. Yeah. More maps that would be more designed for competitive play would be things like a Sword Base, would be maps like Boardwalk. The more asymmetrical. Yeah. Zealot, I honestly hope to God that they do not put Zealot in, that MLG doesn't pick that map up. And one of the reasons is because I know a lot of people started coming out and saying, oh, well, they're bringing back Midship, and Midship's the new, or Zealot's the new Midship.
No, it's Derelict. It's Derelict from Halo 1 is what it is.
No,
yeah. In Halo 1, it's really similar to that. There are a few different tweaks here and there, but I think if they cut off those vents that lift you out of the map, I think that could be a really competitive, because it's asymmetrical. There's only two levels, and I think it'd be a really interesting, especially for like an objective game like a CTF or something. I think that would be a really competitive map.
Yeah, I could definitely agree. I think the whole lifting up into the air with the gravity thing, I think that's just doing way too much with the map.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's already, the map itself already has so much going on it. I mean, you could literally be a straight sneaky beaver, as, Puckett or someone else may say, just because there's just so many ways that you can maneuver around that map just from being on second level or first level on Zealot, that there's already so much going on. There's already so many angles that you can utilize and shoot from, and different ways of positioning that, it'll be a lot easier. It'll be actually pretty interesting to see how the transitions work from being able to have 2 to 3 to 4 BRs on someone all at one time. So hopefully they can make these adjustments.
Yeah, I'm watching Walshy's montage right now, and I mean, the quad shot is, the quad shot's ridiculous, and the BXRs are ridiculous. It's crazy. I mean, I could pull off a BXR pretty consistently, but the double shot quad shot was always something I couldn't master.
Oh.
Yeah. He's hitting them very well.
He's hitting them like a pro.
Did he record this shit with like a dazzle?
Dude, look how old it is. 2006.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. It's like almost 5 years old. Well,
this
4.5
guy's
years.
taking motherfuckers out like it's a fucking Call of Duty game.
No, exactly.
If you want to be able to really tell what's going on, watch the ammo count on his rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
and he wasn't even probably the most dominant player at that time either. Probably Ogre 2, which was on his competitive team at the time, was probably the best all-around, most dominant player. Walshy was known for the quad shots because he held his controller in it's called the claw. It's a different. I think you use your middle finger to fire the trigger.
Yeah. What it was is your index fingers were used for your left and right shoulder buttons, and then and your middle fingers were used for your triggers, and you'd hold it almost like a claw, exactly.
Yeah, and he was known for the quad shots, but there were other players that were, I guess, better all-around players. But I mean, they had a dynasty, the team that he was on back in 2006, 2007. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, also because of that is probably just because, like most dynasties when they're created, is that they learned something and found something out before the majority did, and they utilized it, they capsized on it, and they kept training with it and attempted to maximize it to the potential of using it. And they, there was just no one else out there that was using it as much as they did, at least at that point in the beginning. So
he's getting kill tax. That's
he's a Kyle. Lord,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a great montage. I enjoyed Halo back in the day because I don't know, there was still the mystique of just and I said this to Wings the other day. It was like I still get this fun moment every now and then when I realize that I'm controlling an avatar in a video game world with a controller fighting somebody in Texas.
That's a whole
same thing.
Kyle's impressed by fucking mobile phones.
Oh Lord.
First of all,
we got space shuttles, Kyle, right? Stuff that goes outside of the Earth's atmosphere.
Dude.
Oh Lord. Kyle, I think I see where you're coming from. It's almost like sitting here and looking at a computer, and you literally wonder how your motherboard can do all these things when you look at it, and all it is just these little tiny objects that are stapled to this, and you have wiring go this way. And to be honest, I wonder some of that shit myself. I'll sit here, I'm like, okay, so how exactly does the energy from this go to here? And I don't know if that's the same comparison, but I wonder some of those little things myself. Is like, how does this really work?
That, but I mean,
no.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I don't have any fun playing Modern Warfare 2 anymore. I don't have any fun. I haven't been having very much fun playing Halo Reach. I'm really hoping that Black Ops comes out and I can enjoy myself and I get the same feeling I used to. I want to run around again with a submachine gun like I did in Call of Duty 4 and have fun. That's all I want.
I want to do what Walshy's doing right here on Halo. That's what I want to do.
I got Halo.
I wish we could still play Halo 2 on Xbox Live. He can't. It's not on Xbox Live.
Yep.
Really?
You can always for it.
If they came out with Halo 1's multiplayer on Xbox Live, that's probably the only game I would play. I played that game.
No, you can do Halo 1.
Not multiplayer.
It's an arcade game.
Yeah, I downloaded it, but you can't play against somebody else on Halo. Oh my god, dude! That is the most pure first-person shooter I've ever played. I mean, all it is solely about your shot and who has the better shot and who has. I mean, and that's it. I mean, it's a great game.
Yeah.
But,
to be honest, I'd probably say the same thing about. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
No, go ahead. I was saying it.
Oh, okay. All I was going to say was that. When it comes down to pure shooters, I would strongly have to say that I strongly believe that a game like Shadowrun would definitely compare to that. I mean, the reason I bring that up for the second time is because the lead developer, or one of the lead multiplayer developers from Shadowrun actually came on to Reach, as some of you may know if you did read about it, and he actually had a big hand in designing the multiplayer for Reach. That's kind of why you see things like the reticule bloom. That's why you see things like the decreased height of the jump. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed that you can't nearly jump as high as you did in Halo 2 or even Halo 3 as you can in Reach. And then you also, or for those of you guys who haven't played Shadowrun, like myself, and obviously because I have, is that, when I throw nades, my nades that I throw kind of have like a rainbow elongated effect. Kind of like when you're throwing a nade in Gears or whatnot, is that you will notice that when you throw a nade in Shadowrun, it's almost like you throw it and it just goes a lot farther than, it's almost like when you throw the nade, you feel the distance of it being thrown, and it's so much, it's almost like throwing a football. And it's like doing your Hail Mary pass, and if you literally just, switch it a couple degrees of where you're throwing your nade, you can just kind of tell that it has that rainbow elongated toss. That's kind of the same feel that I got when I was playing Shadowrun, and one of the big things I like about it is that in a game like Shadowrun is almost in a sense the same type of a health system as Halo, by needing to 4-shot or 5-shot somebody. In a game like Shadowrun, I mean, that's what it was. You had to 4-shot or 5-shot somebody with a rifle. Obviously, if you're not, going up against a troll or whatnot, that's one of the big things is that, you could heal very quickly. And I think that's kind of why we see that the health packs, and for those of you guys who don't know out there, your health packs respawn every 15 seconds. So if you're playing on a map like Parahouse and you're on the second level rest area, I believe it's called, and you look right there on the side door leading towards rockets on the inside right corner at the top of the stairway, you'll see a health pack right there. And I think it's great because in Shadowrun you had trees where your troll would plant a tree or someone would plant a tree and you'd go there and you jump up and down and you can heal. And I think it's great that they're bringing the health packs or whatnot in and that they respawn so quickly. So.
I'm watching a Shadowrun montage right now because I wasn't familiar with the game at all.
Yeah, I'm not. Is it similar that you have like class loadouts kind of?
We're not talking about Shadowrun. Fuck Shadowrun. I mean, Shadowrun's a game nobody's heard of.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm at the point where, like, I like a pure first-person shooter, okay, where everybody's on the same level, everybody has the same weapons, there are no varying attributes or perks, or I like it where it's at the Call of Duty level, Modern Warfare 2 in particular, where you can really customize and get really creative. I'm not a fan of the predetermined, like, loadouts that have already been set.
I mean, that's what Shadowrun is like. If you've ever played Counter-Strike, it goes off a buy order. So what you get to do at the beginning of the game is that you have 4 different classes. You have, like, a troll, an elf, a human, and a dwarf. And then what you get to do is, like, each character starts out with $2,000, except for the human starts out with $2,500. And it's just like Counter-Strike, where you get to buy your weapons, but even more than that, now you get to customize your magics, you get to customize your techs, you get to pretty much customize your whole person in general. The only things that are constants are the character that you picked, your health bar, and your amount of essence, and then any special abilities. Like, for example, elves can heal, fly once their essence is all the way back up. Your humans don't take any essence bar locks from putting tech on their quick casting stat. Those type of things.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm watching this right now, and for those of you who don't know what this game is, there's so much shit going on.
Exactly, and it's very it's fact, you got teleporting. They're so fast paced, and I love it. I love Shadow. I think Shadowrun.
Someone just planted a tree in this gameplay, and another guy is using an enormous machine gun throwing purple grenades.
Yeah.
And a giant troll just came down the hallway and got sniped in the face. So it's a little bit too much fun for me. Where are the claymores, and where can I get up in the building and hide?
I got it. He's like, where's my Glock's akimbo? That's what I want.
Yeah. Now I want an AA-12 extended mag and some clays. I'll be all.
I got you. But it's just great, being able to play a game like Shadowrun, just because, it's almost like the boundaries of a game don't exist.
I got a question, y'all. Y'all been going on about the Shadowrun shit all day. I was watching this Walshy montage, and it looked like he was melee canceling. Does that shit still work?
No, that's
no. You can still do
like he was hitting, going to reload and hitting again.
Yeah. No, that was the BXB.
Are you talking about doing the BXB? Is that what he's talking about?
That's what he's talking about. In Halo 2, you could do that, and in Halo 3 and in Reach, you can't do that anymore. That again, that was a glitch, similar to the BXR, the double shot. So it was something that people found out that if you hit the buttons in a time sequence, and that'd be something interesting. I would think first-person shooters would maybe evolve into is some type of button combination.
That's great.
That's something you don't see. It's like make it intentional where timing your finger controls or whatever could make you do, I don't know, different maneuvers and stuff.
Dude, trust me, you don't want to do that, because then Xcal will be the greatest player in the world again.
Wait, who?
Okay.
Xcal.
Oh goodness! Did you really say who?
You give an Asian guy, if you mix a first-person shooter with a timed button masher game, the Asian guy will destroy you so hard you will have to go back to COD 4. Don't even do.
Dude, have you seen Xcal use a riot shield? He could pull a tactical nuke with that bitch.
Xcal has figured out a BXB with the riot shield in Modern Warfare 2. For
really? Throwing knife, right?
Yeah, with the throwing knife.
Isn't it with the throwing
knife? He uses the throwing knife, and it's a timed button. It's exactly what we've been talking about. It's basically
button
a BXB
combination
with the riot shield, and it's ridiculous. I mean, it's not BXB, by the way, but it's a BXB-like maneuver.
Yeah. I've never heard this, dude.
It's a B right bumper B maneuver.
It's ridiculous. Like normally, like even if you got commando on the riot shield, it's like thump, and then you got to wait like a full second, which is forever in a first-person shooter, and then it's thump. When he does this, it's thump thump, and he just beats your ass down.
Like you
and
got
moves
knife with the riot shield, and he's got a protective shield on you.
He's getting triple kills.
The only thing that, though, I mean, with modded controllers and everything, I think that's the only drawback to having something like that. Being able to program button combinations and stuff. There would be a ton of kids, just running that all the time.
That one little kid got caught doing that. Like, what was his name? Little Poison or something like that?
Yeah. Little Poison was actually, he actually started out in Halo 2, I believe, is when he started getting known, and he was like the youngest. This kid was like 6 or 7 years old, if not younger, coming to events and just pretty much just dominating, if not just showing everyone that he was up and coming in the FFA competitions.
Yeah, you said he got caught or something, Kyle? I hadn't
he was using a modded controller.
Yeah.
No, I heard about that. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, he got caught using a modded controller online, is what happened.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's out of land of it, but I did hear something about that, and from one of my friends told me that he did get caught using a modded controller online or something like that. Someone filmed it or taped. I'm sure if you type it in on YouTube, you'll probably find something about it. But it could have been.
He's like 8 years old at the time. They got hands are so tiny. He probably can't even reach the buttons.
Yeah, this kid Wings, you probably don't know because you haven't been in the whole MLG scene. But this kid was like 5 years old, and he was wrecking like 20-year-old like guys at events. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, this dude was crazy.
This little kid.
I mean, he has his own website, lowpoison.com. You can go check it out. But I mean, it's great to kind of see that you have an industry like gaming, and then you have video game, and then you have the competitive side of it, which is almost like competitive poker. And now you're starting to see these phenoms, these prodigies, so to speak, kind of being created like they have been, in any other sport, like I said, whether it's football, soccer, basketball, hockey, whatever it may be. And now you have poker coming out, and now you have all these 18-year-old, 16, 15-year-old online internet prodigy dudes just making so much money. And now you're starting to see all these people coming out in gaming. And you got kids like Little Poison that are coming out and just, dominating at the youngest age possible.
Wait, Little Poison has a movie coming out this year about him.
Oh,
I heard some about
ridiculous.
That link, I just put it in Skype.
It's like a documentary, right?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Latino Film Festival.
Yeah,
who the hell's gonna watch
fucking
that?
Xcal Riot Shield game right here on Favela?
It's pretty ridiculous.
But
For you guys that want to see the Xcal game, just search on YouTube. Just do
Favela Dual Combat
Dual
Xcal
Com.
Blame Truth.
yeah, Dual Com Favela Blame Truth, and it'll come up. It's a Machinima Respawn video, but it is disgusting.
So do you guys think they'll actually put a button combination thing like that in a game in the future?
He's like, "What's up, son? Where you going?" I'm King Riot Shield.
It won't be they might, but it won't be a mainstream first-person shooter. It'll be one of those Japanese companies that always wants to make their first-person shooters into
this guy. Yeah.
like anime.
some guy who dropped. Yeah, they want to go Dragon Ball Z plus Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because if
Or
you
I don't
think
think
about
it'll
it,
be in
puts his
any of the stuff we
goes,
play.
throws a ball of fire. No. So,
That was a nice impersonation, by the way. Get you 2 points for that.
it was.
that's all Japanese people say.
This guy. Okay, it's kind of getting on the rapist side of it now, but thank you.
Now,
Yeah,
watch
just a
out,
little
you're going to be doing some apologies like Onslaught did.
Oh God! Don't bring that up.
Oh, wait, what happened? I want to hear this. What happened?
Oh, last week.
Which
on the
group did you
podcast,
offend?
I offended Saudi Arabians.
Really?
Oh,
Who
man.
I offended. Yeah, I had this guy. He sent me a message on YouTube. You know how we had the what was his name? Frank was on the podcast last.
guy.
He was talking about the Nigerian guy that got on the plane with a bomb and it didn't blow up or whatever. He caught himself on fire. And I said, and then Wings asked a question: why don't they just set the bomb and then jump out of the plane? And I was just like, because I said to the extent of they don't plan it that way or they're not smart enough. And this guy sent me a YouTube message demanding an apology for saying that I was stupid, and he sent me a Wikipedia article listing 1,000 inventions that Saudi Arabians had came up with. So
You know what?
It was
You
ridiculous.
go ahead and send me your message. Fuck you, Saudi Arabia. The only Saudi Arabians I like
I would have sent a link back of all the
say that
inventions.
right here.
No, you know what you should do, bro? What you should do is you should send a message back with all the failed bomb attempts.
No, I sent him back a message, and I was like, look, it kind of offended me, and I think that I feel like that you owe me an apology now because if he would have listened to the podcast again, in the message, he was just like, look, you kind of sounded like you said that my culture was stupid or something like that, and I was like, listen back to the podcast. Number 2, do your research before you go making these accusations towards somebody. And now I feel you owe me an apology. So
no, fuck those people. Those are some of the most intolerant
He sent me an apology back. And
I agree.
Yeah,
Dude, no, fuck those
let
people.
him send
Those
me
people.
that link of those inventions. I sent him a link of all the inventions clean cut white folk made.
Lord, this guy. Well, I mean, obviously, for anyone who's open-minded listening to that episode, it's obviously that your intent was to call out the individual, not their entire human race.
Yeah, the terrorist kind of, I mean.
Exactly. I think what we should be saying is that Al-Qaeda was poorly training their terrorists. That's what we could say.
There you go. That'll work.
Yeah, and this guy's offended. He's like, no, we train our terrorists well.
It's what it's like.
Just go through the advanced class. Lord.
Yeah. Fucking assholes. They're all full of them.
We have the standard American game which to simulate war on.
I love when people are like, yeah, we invented this watch, the stopwatch or something, and I'm like, we invented street lamps in the car. Fuck off.
The light bulb.
The light bulb and the telephone.
All I got to say about this, and this is going to come off extremely racist against Saudi Arabians, but I don't see any YouTube videos of American soldiers messing up on mortars and blowing themselves up.
No,
don't see it happening.
I think that's because our trainers are good.
Not on purpose.
Yeah. I think why it's because our people have gone through the advanced class. That's what it is. We went through the advanced class.
I think it's because we know if we fuck up here, we're going to blow our face off.
They go to Terrorism 101 and then they just go out in the field. You can't do that. You got to go to the undergrad classes and all that.
Exactly. I mean, see, that's what happens when they try and copyright our how to successfully plant a bomb book. And they only ripped out, lessons 9 through 10. That's what I'm saying. You got to go through the advanced class to learn this stuff.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's just get on YouTube and type like mortar blows up in terrorist face or terrorist gets owned by his own bomb and stuff like that. It's so funny. There's this one guy, he breaks out the RPG and he's like, Allah Akbar! And he goes to shoot it down this narrow alley, and he accidentally shoots the building right in fucking front of him, and it vaporizes his ass.
No. Oh, Lord, I can't remember.
And everybody's like, damn, Ahmed just got fucked. It's bad. And then there's another one where it's the exact same shit. Allah Akbar! And he drops the mortar down in the mortar launcher. It explodes right in front of him. Like, takes him out. Good stuff, man. I can watch that all day. Hey, I'm gonna watch it.
It looks like I'm trying to shoot. You see a whole barrage of them shooting like AK-47s at Abrams tanks.
Like really, yeah. Like what is that gonna do? You're gonna make some fireworks, some sparklers out there.
Yeah,
all these.
It reminds
you. That thing's got 8 inches of solid slope steel. You think that
It reminds me of the Halo campaign when like you'll be like boogieing on through this level like in a warthog or in a tank, and all those little grunts want to be like shooting the plasma pistols at you, and you're just like just mowing them down. Oh yeah, I just watched this. It's so great.
I mean, we all know the 50 caliber turrets on the Abrams tanks are computerized now. The guy don't have to get out the thing to kill your ass.
Something like that. One of the things I noticed, and I kind of wanted to bring this up before we ended up getting on this whole Middle Eastern vengeance thing we got going on now. No, I mean, obviously we don't judge here. But, anyways, one of the things I wanted to mention too was, I think it was from, I want to say it was from Kyle. I think you made a comment, or it was Mart, one of you guys made a comment about how when you guys go into, Team Slayer or team game types in Reach, that you find yourselves not doing too well because if you're not playing with people that, let's just say, so to speak, know what they're doing or know where certain things are on the map, or people that just haven't taken the time to learn these things. And I find that that's probably the number one biggest issue with when a new game comes out, is that it almost seems like over the course of like when Halo 2 came out and Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4 and then Modern Warfare 2, that it took months, literally, for people to learn, to like learn the routes, to learn where people are going to be coming from, and, to learn where weapons spawn, to learn how long it takes to respawn, to learn just general call-outs or whatnot, because we all know that when you play by yourself, each individual kind of becomes adept to creating their own unique call-outs for areas on a map. And, someone could sit here and say cafe while the other one says red building. And you're like, oh, well, what's that? And one of the issues is because you don't see a lot of people taking the time, and I will definitely be watching that, kind sir. But, one of the things that we notice is that, I'm sorry, Kyle just sent me a link to the motor backfire. Apparently is the new title of the video now. But, like I was saying, I'm sorry. One of the big things that I notice, and that I've noticed, and that's kind of why I made this video, and that was one of the things that me and Jordy, or Wings here, were talking about, before you guys came in, was that I actually am starting to come out with these videos, and I've never seen anyone else on YouTube do this stuff, at least for the time I've been on it. I've never heard of anyone doing videos like the two that I've done so far. And what I do is I sit here and I go through all of the pretty much 8 to 12 player max competitive or very featured active maps that people play on a lot. So that's all the ones that you see if you play something like Team Slayer, the ones you see if you play Team Arena, the ones you see if you play Team Objective. And what I do is, they're about 10-minute videos, and I sit here and I go through where all the weapons are on the map. I show you, I break down, I let you view it from different angles so everyone will know exactly where the weapons spawn on the map. I tell you how long it takes each of the weapons to respawn, and then I go over all the general callouts. And one of the great things about me going over the general callouts is that, for some of you guys who haven't played Shadowrun, if you watch some of the videos like you were watching, Kyle, you'll notice in the bottom left-hand or bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you'll notice that in Shadowrun they have callouts for you in there. And that's another feature that they implemented into Reach as well. In the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, they have the callouts for the area you're in. They're obviously not specific, they're very broad, with that being said, but, they're callouts nonetheless. And for all the beginner players out there, all the people that want to start out playing Reach, and you want to know where to go right off the bat to go get the sniper, to go get the rockets, to go get the shotgun, to go pick up a DMR, and you want to know how long it's going to take for these weapons to respawn if you want to chill or camp in an area and then pretty much just sit here and keep, power weapon controlling or weapon controlling all, the good weapons. That you would need to have to go ahead and be efficient at killing. You can do that by sitting here and watching my videos. You want to learn callouts if you go in to play team games like Team Arena or Slayer Objective, and you're playing with other people that have mics, because obviously this isn't PSN people, and obviously that stands for PlayStation Network, where people don't have mics. Your mics do come standard with your Xbox. I don't think a lot of people know that though, because I do play with some people online that literally must not have never even opened up their Xbox 360 package to find out that there's a standard mic that comes with it, just because I'm starting to see a lot more people without mics, and I'm sure some of you guys could agree with that too. It's like, well, this isn't PlayStation. We're not buying a PS3 here where it doesn't come with a mic, people. But,
Yeah, but a lot of people, they don't use the mic because that's not their thing, A lot of people
agree. Yeah, some people don't.
So.
But anyways, like I was saying, that's just one of the things that my videos, or at least these videos that I'm coming out with, kind of allow, is for all the beginners, all the people that just picked up Reach, and I'm going to start doing these for all new games that come out, any shooters or strategy games, on my channel. I'm going to start coming out with all these videos that go over these things. So all the beginners, the people who just picked up the games, you guys can learn where all these things are the instant moment you pick the game up. And, that's one of the biggest things I notice, is that people are just completely unaware. They have no idea where these things are on the map. They have no idea where to go, and they're just either following whatever someone else is doing, and going out there and dying in no man's land or in the middle of the map somewhere.
I like those guys. That's the ones I get my kills off of.
Right.
I mean, you talking trash about them. Keep doing what you're doing, players. I'll go where the rocket spawns at.
You guys stay off YouTube. That's not where you want to be.
Keep that mic in that box.
Oh, jeez.
I need to get me some clips.
Oh.
Hey, watch that last video I sent you guys. That's glorious.
Who is this? Old woman shoots MP40 machine gun. Oh my lord!
Don't anyone
Spin him right in the toodles.
In a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh, this is so pro, dude. What is going on? This is like some ancient dinosaur lady, dude.
Oh, this is
like
your average
70 or 80.
player.
She's in a wheelchair. She's got an MP40. She's like,
way overpowered.
Yeah, MP40 is OP, my friend, because grandma can it.
Yeah, for the listeners, just search MP40 machine gun on YouTube, old woman, and it'll come up.
Oh my god, dude, that old lady goes, bro. I mean, we're talking gray. We're talking pure gray.
That's white. That's beyond
white.
gray.
We're talking about the kind of woman that you make sure the life insurance policy is up to date.
Actually, with a gun, like.
I wouldn't even get close to her holding that gun, dude. Like, just watching this video makes it look like she's about to turn on whoever's holding this camera.
For real, dude, she's gonna hit it one-handed too, full like straight Scarface style, where she's got one hand on the wheel in the wheelchair. She pushes it back to do the 180 spin, and she's doing like the 360, Scarface Tony Montana shootout. Oh my lord, that's crazy.
She's got her fatigues on too, man. She's ready to go.
Oh jeez, that's
too
too
funny.
fun.
Old lady hair that kind of puffs out.
It looks like, just imagine like a cotton ball, like the size of the old lady's head.
Oh man, dude, it's like one of she looks like a little Bijan.
All right, let's go and cover a topic that we did last week before we go and get out of here. I wanted to know your guys' opinion. Maybe throw it out there. I'm a big movie buff. I know Kyle's a movie buff, and let's give your opinions on the best sequel that overdid the original. That can be remakes as well. And let's give a brief explanation. Let's start with Tmar since he did much tonight.
Honestly, man, I really don't watch that many movies. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest.
You've watched enough movies to know what sequel is better than the original.
Like, I'm trying to think, like, I mean, I haven't watched movies. Like, this is a terrible subject for me, because, I'll occasionally go see, like, recent movies that come out, but I haven't watched any of the older movies or anything like that like you guys watch.
I do have one for you, Wings, though. T-Mart doesn't have one.
So do I.
I got a couple. What's up?
Well, we'll let you guys go ahead.
Godfather 2.
I'll go first to give you guys an idea what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
First one that comes to mind is Scarface. Scarface is a remake of a 1932 movie about the same thing, but Tony Montana was better. No, I said remakes.
Oh, I thought you said sequels.
Sequels.
Okay. Remakes. Yeah.
Like the 1980 Scarface is better than the 1932 Scarface. I know most people was like, "Ooh, that's blasphemy," but in every way, Al Pacino was a fantastic actor. The movie's more entertaining, more intriguing. Some other movies that are better in ideas, like Empire Strikes Back is better than A New Hope. New Hope is gay as fuck.
This guy. Oh my lord. Jeez. Wait, is Empire, is that the snow one? Is that where they're in the snow?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's the beginning of Jedi. That's the beginning of Jedi. This is where he gets his hand cut off and he learns that Darth Vader's his father.
Yes, I got you. Okay.
I mean, A New Hope could pretty much not even be in the Star Wars trilogy, and it'd be great. Star Wars 2 is better than Star Wars 1.
Yeah.
No. I mean, Star Trek 2 is Wrath of Khan is better than Star Trek the motion picture.
Well, are we talking about when that came out?
This 70s, 80s?
No. I'm saying, were you comparing the new one that came out, the one with the new cast?
No, that's a prequel.
Yeah.
That actually falls into the timeline.
Oh, okay.
Like Child's Play 2 is better than Child's Play 1.
That's true. You could even compare A-Team.
Well, I never watched 18.
How have you not mentioned Terminator? Terminator 2.
Yeah, that's another good example. Terminator 2 is
better. Terminator 2 is probably, I would think that's the most popular, isn't it?
Dude, I got it right here.
So.
Dude, step up, bro. For any of you guys who like dancing movies, if you ever seen Stomp the Yard or You Got Served, you look at something.
Who watches dancing movies?
Dude,
I was about to say, for homosexuals.
Well, no. It's all like Cal Williams, like, for all the homosexuals out there, this ain't your part of the show just yet. But nah. But no, what I was going to say is that, the thing is when I was young, my mom actually put me in ballroom dancing, and I actually took hip-hop classes and stuff like that, too, as well. So
how does hip-hop classes go in with ballroom dancing? Dancing?
She put me in everything. So, it was, I did everything from, cha-cha to rumba to foxtrot to waltz to swing. I mean, you feel me? Like, your boy can boogie on the dance floor. I ain't gonna lie. And the ladies like that too. But even more so, one of the big things that I like from the Steppa movies is it incorporates all that stuff. So me having a dancing background,
I think that movie's just gay as shit. Who the fuck goes around and does that little coordinated dancing shit?
Well.
I can see my fat ass. They be doing all that, looking all serious and shit. I be like, yeah, man, that's tight. What's your 401k look like? What's that?
Oh Lord, he would have to bring the business in. But the one thing you can't deny, the one thing you just absolutely cannot deny, is that there are just so many fine women that dance.
I don't know. I don't watch the dance often. If dancing breaks out, I usually leave.
Dude, I mean, like, honestly.
I'm hanging out and everybody all of a sudden starts breaking into dance. I get the fuck out of there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like if cocaine comes on premises and guns. Like, man, I better get out of here. I'll see y'all guys later.
Dude. Oh, Lord. I'm telling you, though, dude, just while, like, if you ever get time, fool, and you go on YouTube, you search something, or you watch a dance competition, like, watch something where they're doing something like the salsa or the rumba, just something hella just sexual, fool, and you will literally straight just pop one right there, fool, just on the spot, bro.
No,
because
I'm more the kind of guy, if you get in a fist fight, I'm like, yo, dude, grab the ball, let's go home.
What? I'm so lost. I didn't get the ball part.
You never had those friends that when you get in a fist fight with another group of guys, they just leave you? Yo, dog, let's go get the ball.
That's fucked up, man. I'm not gonna hang out with
That
you.
is fucked up.
You got, jeez.
Shit, I'm ugly enough. I can't have my face rearranged. I gotta bring back some guns.
Me and my cousin were in the front yard one day, and these guys came up and wanted to fight. We've been having an issue with them for a long time, and our other cousin, it was also there. JB was there, and as soon as these guys show up, there's three of them they're like after us, and as soon as these other three guys show up, JB runs into the fucking house, and me and Scott are like look at each other like, where the fuck did he go? So me and Scott beat these three guys up by ourselves, and we get a little messed up ourselves. I got hit once in the face. I was mad. I would go inside. We're like, hey, we just beat those three guys up. Where the fuck are you? He's like, I've been in here looking for a knife, man. I can't find one. I'm like,
pencil drawer.
He's a G. He's like, bro, I was trying to get back in the fight as quickly as I could.
I'm like, dude, first of all, it wasn't a knife fight. Second of all, if you wanted a knife, they're not that fucking hard to find. Go to the kitchen, dude. They're in the drawers. Oh.
Dude, was he in the bathroom when you found him looking for a knife?
No, he was in the backyard.
He was in the back bedroom, man. Like they aren't even fucking
that whole scenario would work different around my house. Some guys, three guys walk up the fire and be like, all right, I'll be back. I come out with a shotgun. Who wants to get off my property first? Let's have a race.
Oh my God. That is, honestly, if you would have got that on videotape, bro, and you just literally like would have had the videotape, like you and your boy beating their asses, and then you go back in and this dude's like straight in your mom's closet trying to like look on the shelves or something, like for it, and you just come in there like, what the fuck are you doing?
He bitched out on us. Oh, I got one better than that. Have I ever told the story of the time on the podcast anyway? Have I ever told the story of the time that the guy stole my cousin's cell phone? My cousin calls the cell phone, the guy answers, and he goes, hey, dude, you must have picked my cell phone up by mistake. He's like, no, I didn't. It's mine now.
Oh. Well, this is direct and honest. So
yeah, we're at a party. Cell phone goes missing. You know, shit happens. People pick up the wrong phone. So I give Scott my cousin. I give my cousin Scott my phone. He calls his phone. Dude answers, and we know the dude. It's like, wow. Oh, hey man, what's up? He's like, not much, dude. He's like, you got my phone, man. You got the wrong phone. He's like, no, it's my phone now, bro. And Scott like looks at the caller ID to make sure he's called the right person. He's like, nah, dude, that's my phone you're holding. He's like, nah, man, shit's mine now, dog. He's like, dude, I'm gonna come get that phone back. He's like, suit yourself, man. Come on. So we're like, all right. So we go to dude's house. Dude lives in a double wide trailer, and he's got one of the really high porches. Like people like in the cities may not know what this is, but the porch is literally head height. Because like if you put a trailer on like uneven ground, then the one end of the porch is often really high off the ground. So we get this guy's house, and and the guy's out there in the yard. Scott goes up to him. He's like, dude, I need my cell phone. He's like, you're not getting it back, dude. He's like, dude, I'm going to whoop your ass. You don't give him the cell phone. I'll take the phone back. He's like, fuck you, man. Come on. So Scott just lays into him, starts beating the shit out of him, beats the guy down pretty good. Yeah. Takes the cell phone off the guy, plus all the guy's money because he had to pay me for gas. And he starts walking back to me. Yeah. Well, I turn around as well. And we didn't notice that shithead grabs a heavy-duty broom handle from somewhere. We don't even know where he got it. Maybe he had it up his ass. But he gets it fast. And it was like some Ninja Gaiden shit. He pulled that. And he hits Scott in the lower back with this thing like he's like or something. Gives him one hell of a whack in the back. Yeah. And once he did it, I hear Scott goes, "Arr!" And I turn around and the guy's holding the stick. He's looking at me. And I'm looking at him, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" He just runs back into the house. Yeah. So I get shot.
What? I mean, it almost seems like a complete contradiction. It's like the dude's walking up. He clearly sees two people there, but he's gonna wait for the facial expression.
Well, he wasn't. He knew he wasn't gonna beat me up with a stick. That wasn't gonna happen. This is a smaller guy. I'm 6'1", 200 pounds. This guy's about 5'9", 5'10", 150 pounds. He's going to get an ass beating. I don't care if he's got So he runs back into the house. I get Scott up, and I'm like, making sure he's all right. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm all right. I'm glad he hit me in the fucking head. I'm like, let's go get him. He's like, all right. So me and Scott bust into the dude's house. He's home alone. and we're looking for him. And we get to the back bathroom, we kick in the door, and he's standing there looking at his face in the mirror because Scott beat him up pretty good the first time.
Yeah.
He's like, and he's got this look on his face like, oh no, wait. He puts his hands out in front of him like, no. We both grab him up. I'm talking about we grab him up like a bag of flour. And I got one of his shoulders and his belt. Scott does the same. We take him out on the front porch and we give him the old heave ho off the steep end of the porch.
Oh my lord!
Man.
I'm talking about we go 1, 2, 3, and we launch his ass off the side of that porch. And Scott jumps down and kicks the shit out of him like that scene out of The Unforgiven where Clint
Eastwood weren't thinking clearly.
Beat his ass down.
Yeah, if it was me, I'd be like, Scott, look here. There's a gun in that trailer somewhere. Let's just get out of here. We got the cell phone.
Oh my lord!
See, I would have punked out there. I'm like, dude, that motherfucker ran in that house for a reason. Let's not find out why.
I'm sorry. I just watched the motor failure, and this has to be probably one of the literally funniest videos that I've
the motor goes right off in the guy's face.
It almost seems like he put it in backwards.
No, it just failed.
Oh, it's okay.
Just a bad one.
It's just cheap ass rounds from the 1970 Russian invasion.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's what happens when you're using products from the Cold War. Oh lord!
But yeah, that shit like I try not to hang out with Scott, or at least not go out with him, because shit like that always happens. We always end up like every week it's something like that with him. It gets rough.
At least it creates memories.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I just wanted to make that tiny statement. You're good.
I wish I had stuff like that going on around here. I mean, I'm in the middle of some cornfields and nothing really ever happens, man.
Dude, that's why shit happens here. There's nothing else to do. Yeah. I'm in the middle of soybean fields. You know, I'm in Northeast Georgia, so there's nothing going on here. Like, if I want to go to like Outback Steakhouse, it's a fucking half-hour drive, dude. Like there's nothing around here.
What are you talking about? Going to McDonald's a half-hour drive around here. you got to get in and you got to get motivated for the trip. Like, I'm kind of hungry right now. I got nothing to eat. I'm just thinking, do I really want to go get dressed and drive 25 minutes to get a Big Mac?
It's not like that. I'm about 8 minutes away from McDonald's and Zaxby's and
I'm half hour away from town.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You live way out there.
There's deer in my backyard.
Oh, that's no profile. You got Bambi just kicking it.
I could probably shoot Bambi, skin him, and get back.
Yeah, there you go.
Faster McDonald's.
Oh, that's so wrong. Jeez.
The closest thing we get to fiber optic connection out here is just dreams of it.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
I remember the time when we got DSL upgrade from 56K to dial-up shit. It was like, wow. You ever see the black people rapping in the video about clothes and cars? That's how I was like on the internet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, one more thing before we end this. Xbox has this thing, LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg go to war. Like, who the hell wants to watch LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg play Halo?
Really?
I was thinking, man, those guys suck ass.
I saw that. I was like, who the hell gives a shit, man? Who cares if LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg are playing video games?
Really? Wow. I actually did not know that. Wait, and this is on the dashboard?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm almost tempted to click it just to see how bad they were. I know I have to be better than LL Cool J.
Really?
I have to be.
Yeah. I don't know. I never look at anything in the dashboard. But
I picture LL Cool J being one of those guys that's like level 1 that I beat up on, like on my first game.
Well, side note, Soulja Boy actually ended up attending an MLG event. I forget which one it was. I want to say it was last season in 2009 or earlier of this MLG season. He actually attended an MLG event. No, it wasn't. It was last season. I'm sorry. It was last season. Yeah, it was 2009. It may have been Columbus of 2009, if Columbus was an event. I can't remember. But Soulja Boy attended an event, and he was in the booth and everything like that. And him and Pucker were talking, and he was, he pretty much just sitting there talking head that, he's a really good Gears player, and he got whooped. I mean, he got torn. I mean, I think there was like. I think a bunch of pub stars just came in there and just handed him a new one or something. But actually, I think Little Poison came on, a game he never played, and whooped him. Possibly. Rumor.
Dude, it's just like the people I used to work with. Be like, yeah, I'm good at Call of Duty. I'm like, you want to put some money on it?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you know what it's like? It's like, you know what it's like, bro? It's like when you're going to high school or you're in college and you just have that dude or those group of guys that come up to you and they're just sitting there talking about video games and, oh man, I just got my Xbox Live hooked up. I finally got my 10 megabyte upload connection installed and, oh man, I'm just recording and raping kids. I'm like, really now? Would you like to play a game?
No, I break out the checkbook first. Like, I probably took $1,000 off the people I used to work with playing like World at War 1-on-1s. People ever face me 1-on-1 to World at War, it ain't fun.
Yeah, I would never waste my time doing.
And when your main occupation is running a casting wheel, you have no chance against me.
Oh well, yeah.
It's not fun playing against Wings because he sound whores you and he clips you the entire game.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like Walshy using that glitch on his little battle rifle. That's me on Call of Duty.
Really? Have you played any? Have any of you guys ever like got into third person playing it on Call of Duty?
That shit gay as fuck.
Oh, dude, how can you call third person gay when Gears of War is third person? That game's played.
I don't play Gears of War either because it's gay as fuck.
Oh, Lord. So is it just you just don't like the aspect of third person? You just don't like the viewing angle?
I don't even play Fallout in third person or Oblivion.
Oh. I've never touched Oblivion.
Oh, how can you not play Oblivion in third person? Come on.
Oh no, I'm just
because you got the shield glitch in first person.
I didn't know about that, but whatever. I love me some Oblivion. I need to get Oblivion out. I have one of the strongest Oblivion characters ever created on my hard drive.
I bet you do. It's like this people work surviving a round of World War.
It's
my Oblivion character is so strong and so fast that if he starts sprinting and then jumps, he can jump out of the cities.
And I bet you if you run into two cave trolls, they whoop the shit out of him.
No, dude, you have no idea how like powerful and strong my guy is. My guy's got like a fucking mage staff that does like 100 points of damage or some shit every time you shoot it. I got like 20, and back at one of my houses, I got every piece of armor. Yeah, that's right. I own all the houses.
One of my houses.
I have 300 hours in Oblivion. The reason I don't play it anymore, the reason I don't do Let's Plays, I've done it all. I should make a Let's Play where it's like a Cribs edition of Oblivion, where I just take you to one of my houses. You got all those display cases? I carefully put each and every weapon in the display cases that are in the game. I have like, all the glass knives and like all the glass weapons and the what are they, ebony weapons, everything.
You got the Umbra?
Yo, fuck, dude.
You get the Umbra at level 1 like your boy?
No, I got Umbra at level 25, so that thing is beast. That thing is nice. I be stealing souls left and right. Put them in those soul gems, ranking my shit up.
Okay, Ghost Rider.
Jeez. That's right. I don't fuck around with Oblivion, man. I told you I have 300 hours in that shit.
I sucked at Oblivion.
That's ridiculous,
dude. Oblivion. I got like a ranger to like level like 40, and cave trolls just started handing me my ass. Like, here, would you like to play Oblivion? No, I'm good.
No, I can kill a cave troll with one hit, dude. It's nothing. I got weapons that are doing like 1,000 damage. They got like poisons on them, and I got like super fire arrows. I'm telling you, I have explored every inch of Oblivion, and I've gotten every single weapon, every single tool and ring and hat. Wow. I've got a magic hat, dude. So fuck off.
Magic hat.
Magic hat. It's almost like the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. That's what you got.
He's also the Thief Guild Master. The
absolutely. The Fighters Guild Master.
Absolutely. This guy.
The Archmage. I've got the
dude, you know what you sound like, bro? You sound like you need to go play some WoW.
Yeah, fuck that shit. That shit's
WoW
game.
is like punching a fucking time clock, dude.
Yeah. That was actually a great analogy.
I mean, I had more fun going to work than I would, because I get to talk to my friends when I was at work.
Yeah.
Wow, I just got to collect flowers and deer venison and. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's almost like, it's like, you ever see that movie, you ever see that movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? WoW almost reminds me of that, just without being teleported into the world yourself.
It is like that.
It's literally all consuming. And I'm not saying this necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying that the people who are in that stage, that they play WoW literally like nonstop, I mean, there needs to be a point where you still need to be aware, of, I don't want to say your everyday life, because I'm not trying to sound like anyone else out.
Man, be quiet. You get to do your everyday life in between the Falcon rides.
No. So I'm not even on that level of all those other people who sit here and call up, gamers like us nerds and say, oh, you don't have a real life. I'm just saying that there's a point when you literally consume yourself with playing that game all the time, and you are just completely unaware of anything else that exists. And those people that are literally straight,
My brother was addicted to WoW for about a year and a half. And he would literally deal with everything in real life in between the Falcon rides to town. Like, there's like these big ass birds you can ride on it, and it takes like 15 minutes to fly across the world. He hit that, he'd go take a shit, take a piss, get something to eat, drink, and then come back and play. It's like,
wow, yeah, that's too much. That's like scary almost.
I was like, damn, son. He's like, I gotta get this sword, dude. Like, if from that big hill giant, he's like, yeah, dude.
I think it can
6 hours to get this motherfucker, and this guy right here gonna be flunking. He sucked. Like,
I think it would be completely
for playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly. I mean, I agree. I think it would be completely different if he was doing the same thing and he was making money gaming. Now, that aspect, that concept, that comparison is completely different. I mean, that's someone who is, it's like a career, almost, except this dude's doing it casually. You know what it's like? It's like all the gamers out there that claim they play competitively, but they just keep wasting the $50 a year on Xbox Live and never making any money in return from winning tournaments or going to events or anything like that. That's the same comparison as a casual gamer who plays WoW, spends $15, $20 a month or whatever package you feel like buying for the 6 month of your subscription to WoW, whatever it may be, and you're not making any money in return from the gaming. Now, obviously, if you have a stable job and you're already making good money, then that's fine. I don't care. You can do whatever you want with your life. That's your money to spend. But if you are someone who is not, making good money or whatever it may be, and you're working for ends meet, or even just people who are making good money, and you sit here and game, or you're someone who claims to be a competitive gamer and you're not making money from gaming, in a sense, to me, it just seems like you're kind of wasting your money doing that.
One thing that when we were talking about this before the podcast, one thing that has really struck with me lately, and I just laugh about it whenever I think about somebody like Fear Moho, I'm more of a professional gamer than Fear Moho will ever be.
Yeah, we were
so is Wings.
Really?
So is Flamers and Excaliburs. All right, well, think about what
you've made more money.
It means. Oh, absolutely. I've made more than Fear Moho ever will.
I made more money. You look at more money this month than Fear Moho has his entire MLG career.
It's just, a professional. All right, let's. I'll give you the exact definition of the word professional. Because people think it just means you're good at something.
No, you're paid to do your art, your craft. That's what professional means.
There's multiple definitions of a professional in general, but that is one of one of the good some. Another definition of professional is someone who just has a surplus high level of knowledge and experience in a field.
No. Okay.
Number one definition.
Look at it. You could be a shade tree mechanic. You could be the best transmission guy in the world.
Oh.
If you don't get people to pay you for your craft, you're not professional.
Well, the thing is, you have to acquire a professional state of mind before you can make a living in something. It's
number one definition.
Go ahead with definition.
Yeah, just go with it, Kyle.
A professional is a person that is paid for what they do. Period.
That's it. Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing.
Qualifications have little to do with being a professional, as the world's oldest profession is strictly a monetary gain career. An amateur may be more qualified than a professional, but they are not paid. Thus, they are an amateur. There you go, right there.
Yeah,
monetary gain. That's all it is.
So until you start making money, you're an amateur gamer.
Yeah, you could even look, obviously that just depends on the standard. Like, for example, you go on dictionary.com, you have the number 4 one that says right here is engaged in one of the learned professions. Example, a lawyer is a professional person. That could just mean that he's a professional person and
he makes money doing a lawyer.
Oh, no, of course, but I'm saying, like, for example, he could be a professional lawyer, just graduated out.
I don't think you could be a lawyer. I don't think you can go to an arbitrary trial without getting paid.
Oh no, of course. Oh no, you could. No, but the thing is, a lawyer is kind of almost, I guess you could say it's almost.
That's why they call like football players professionals. Like
so.
Billy can do a running back for his local team where he pays them money to be on the team, but Emmitt Smith didn't pay the Dallas Cowboys to be on the team. They paid him to be on the team because he was a professional running back.
Right.
Well, look right here. This definition has nothing to do with making money or living. It says following as a business, an occupation ordinarily engaged in as a pastime, hence a professional golfer. So they didn't mention that he's making money or he's living off of it. They just said that is his passion or the occupation that he follows in, and he's good enough.
Like T Squared is a professional gamer because he makes money. Walshy is a professional gamer because he makes money. I guess like Team Envious would be considered professional gamers because they make money.
Yeah.
But it's not as much.
But like I said, I think we got into the whole concept that, pub stars, like what we're doing on the YouTube, we make more money than the MLG circuit does, like gamers wise.
Not Halo 3, not some of the people on Halo 3, but.
Well, that's not from. They don't make their money from competitive gaming or from winning the tournaments. They make the majority of their money probably through sponsorships.
Like GameStop will contact them like, dude, we got a Reach signing. Will you come here and sign some copies?
Yeah, they did that for T Squared. He showed up to a couple GameStops over a couple Halo releases. He did it for Halo 3 and did it for Reach.
What was the first place prize for MLG Raleigh? Do you know?
$20 grand.
It's $20,000.
Divided, so that's 5,000 a piece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every event is $20 grand.
Coach, whatever.
Except for nationals. So.
And then nationals is 100.
Yeah. So I mean, usually they run like a 5. They usually run like a 5-event stop, which is your first 4 regular season events, and your 5th event is.
If you're really good,
nationals.
you can make a nice living.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously you'd have to place. Honestly, if you think about it like this, your team could just win nationals and make a living right there. Because obviously that'd be $25 grand split, and then
but $25 grand you can't live off all year.
Yeah, that's not a living. I wouldn't say.
No, well, I mean, something you live off of for a year. Dude, I could live off $25 grand.
I could.
Yeah, but we
I could live off $20 grand.
Obviously, the majority
of
of
45, and I struggled.
The majority of players are obviously not playing video games to make money. If you're in this to make money, if that's all you want to do,
cater to the guys who suck.
I don't know what the best route. I don't think the best route is to be a competitive gamer. I would have to say you have to get a personality and put yourself on YouTube. That's what I think the easiest route to make money and call yourself a professional gamer would be. Because I mean being a competitive gamer requires, I think, a lot more work than it does to kickstart a YouTube channel and get things going. If you have a personality,
it'll never pay off. The time you put into being a pro quote unquote gamer will never pay off. I mean, if you're making $5 an hour, it won't pay off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you got paid $5 an hour for playing for as much time as people put into the game. Like, dude, just go get a real fucking job.
Yeah, I was talking about, she used to put in, 4 or 5 hours a day on his 4-shot. 4 or 5 hours, I could put out 6 videos and make $400.
Yeah.
No, of course. I mean, I feel you on that, but then you also look at is that there are a decent amount of people who do make a living off gaming. I mean, you look at, you look out for, I'll give you a perfect example. Take Korea. Prime example. I mean, this is their national pastime. They play StarCraft. They play it religiously. They have 2 dedicated news stations out to nothing but professional stuff. But my point is that it's being done. So it's kind of impossible and improbable to say that you can't do it. Because the point is it's being done. That's the level where it's at.
16 channels with StarCraft on it.
No, exactly. And the States and everywhere else around the world will eventually be at that point. They're not there yet. I completely agree. StarCraft is literally way ahead, years ahead of where North America is going to be at.
Call of Duty tournaments on ESPN probably in the next 10 years.
Oh, eventually. Yeah, gaming is going to be on ESPN. That's actually one of the goals I have, is to actually be on ESPN and become some type of, professional analyst, commentator, or something that I'd like to do eventually.
That's one reason I took this route. I'm like, if I could get out there and get known now, I will have the Grizz status.
Yeah.
And what everybody knows what the Grizz status is. You get known early, and then your legacy just lives on and on and on, and you live off your name.
By itself. Yeah.
Everyone knows who Grizz is.
Grizz hasn't put a decent video out in 2 years, but he's still, he's Grizz. He's got this whole following. He's got the whole saying, "You ain't Grizz, baby," which you should probably pay Thunder Toro for that one.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Ravenous Randy.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing is, dude, is that there's people who can make a living out there, and if you really want to do it, you can. I mean, like, for example, you look at any other professional sport like football, and I was actually looking up stats recently, and they ended up saying that the amount of players that graduate college that end up going professional is like 3%, if not less than 3%. Of people that that graduate, or something even less than that. And you have to look at too is that, but this is the difference, and this is the difference you have to look at, is that football teams, there's a lot more people, the ratio to people on a football team compared to on a gaming team. You look at a team of 4, we're looking at a football team of what, 50, 60 people, if not more. So of course you look at these other types of professional sports, and yeah, it's going to be a lot easier to, get out there and make a living in a professional sport like football, soccer, basketball, these things where they require a lot more people. Just any number, it could be 5 more people on a team than on a team of 4 in gaming, and your chances are still better. But when your chances will not become better is when gaming gets to the point of where, and this is the issue, this is the reason, gaming could already be bigger than any other professional sport out there. It could be bigger than poker, and I'm gonna tell you the number one reason why it's not. And this is what it is.
People pass it off as having fun too much.
No, that's not it. But we can also add that into as well, because that's a good side factor. The number one reason why gaming is not financial wise at the level it should be or it could be, it all has to do with payout ratios. That's the number one thing it is. It's all about how your money is organized. Perfect example. You look at game battles. Their payout ratio. Well, actually, it's lower than that now, but it used to be, and actually, it was never 30%. Well, it used to be back in the day, but it's lower now. Me and my boy Holiday Doc, we did recent studies, and what it is their payout ratio as of I think I want to say a month ago or a month and a half ago, their payout ratios are 15%. And that's
unbelievable. It's
ridiculous. And the majority of gaming websites out there, that's how it is. I'll give you guys a perfect example. You look at, for example, the average money that gets poured into a GB tournament or whatnot. You look at 32 teams on average. Let's just say that you have $10,000 that gets poured into a GB tournament. They give you 15%. That means you are getting paid $1,500. That's going to be divvied up between the top 4 teams, and they bank $8,500. Or let's look at a lower scale or a lower projection of that. Let's say $100 is in the prize pool. They get to keep $850. Your team gets to, your team and the other top 3 or 4 teams divvy up the rest, which is $150. It's ridiculous, and that's the number one reason why you do not see professional competitive gaming being on the level it should be. It all has to do. It's like for any of you guys who ever hear about corporate America. How they're always just trying to juice you all the time. They're always just trying to screw you over and do all this type of stuff. That's really what GB and all these other people are doing. Granted, their money, and I will say this for the people out there who don't know where the money goes to from game battles, the majority of their money from tournaments go towards paying for events and stuff like that. But the thing is that what people don't realize is, and I'll give you guys the perfect example that I give anyone else. This is how you become successful. If I started up my own phone company, and I came out with a plan that was offering, like for example, the majority of plans out there right now are probably around $50. Wouldn't you guys say? When you sign up for a plan or a phone service, it's about $50 a month. That's just what it is. If I came out with a new phone service that had just as much coverage as Verizon and AT&T, and I was selling my thing for $25 or $30 a month, bam, instant success. I would be an instant millionaire within literally a freaking week. I would be. Because I'm selling a product that's at the same grade level and is at the same level as all the other products that are out there. It's just as good as everywhere else, but I'm selling it at a cheaper price.
But you can't do that though. You don't have the infrastructure that they have. You haven't made that initial investment that they have. The reason it's $50 a month is because they have towers every mile. You'd have to set up a tower every mile and then charge people that cheaper amount. I think what it boils down to is what Wing said. Didn't you say people play it for fun?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. People join these tournaments not solely to win money. People enjoy competition. Gaming is definitely not looked at as a venue to make money.
It's not looked at as a sport
don't grow up
either.
Saying,
no, it is looked at as a sport. It actually got proclaimed a professional back in 04.
I would say 98%
it is considered a sport. I believe this, but the fact is most people don't look at it. You go on a YouTube video right now, you go, is video gaming a sport? 80%. This is a number off the top of my head, but 80% will probably tell you fuck no.
But it doesn't matter if it's not. The fact is it is.
But the fact is, when people see that and they consider it a fun event, they consider it like having sex. That's like taking sex and making it a sport. People don't want to do that because everybody does.
Hey.
Everybody has access.
You've
to
never
it.
seen me in action, my friend.
This guy.
But you understand where I'm coming from. People want to see video games as something you do for fun. Until people get over that gap.
Every other sport used to be looked at like that as well.
Yeah, but video game has to get over that gap.
When poker first came out, they all used to be looked at as fun, and now look at where they're at.
I mean, but
it's gonna happen.
saying that's the gap we're going at. Video game has to stop being looked at as a form of entertainment and a actual sport, just like football. People train all their life for football. People train. You train hard for a sporting event. Like I'm working my ass off trying to get good at Halo Reach now. The reason I keep playing Halo Reach is because I suck at it and I don't want to suck at it, and it pisses me off. It makes me feel bad. Those are the kind of emotions you should have. You should feel bad when you do bad.
Makes me feel bad.
I mean, literally, if I go negative, I feel bad. I'm like depressed. I'm like, damn.
I want to go eat some food after I lose a game.
Yeah, you could be like Kyle and just move back onto Dead Space though too. That's where it differs. You know, I mean. If you're talking about game battles, the reason game battles only pays out 15% or whatever it is you guys came up with, the reason is they pay that out because that's what they can pay out and still get people to play the tournaments. They'll probably keep dropping
No, I completely agree. But see, the thing is that the majority of people that compete in those tournaments are completely unaware because they haven't sat here and did the math. They haven't done the stats. They haven't done the research to see that they're completely getting fucked, which is pretty much what's happening.
Yeah, but they're 15, 16, maybe 17 years old playing in these tournaments.
I agree.
And they don't care, you know.
Look at it all for fun money. If we win, we get some fun money.
A lot of people will join these tournaments, I swear, will join these tournaments just so they can play or have the potential to play one of the top teams. That's all they would look for. And that they would pay whatever that entry fee is just to be around that talent. And it's more of like, I don't know. I got to think a lot of people
a fanboy or a bandwagon type thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think some people will just pay to be in tournaments just to have that experience, you know. So, and as long as people are still treating this as fun and as a hobby, it's not going to change. I definitely don't see this becoming. If this was going to become a sport, I would have seen it. I don't know. I think I would have seen it a couple years ago.
I guarantee you, this will become a sport one day because it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm talking about the next 10 years. It'll probably be considered a major level sport where you start seeing it on TV, and not just talking about like G4. I'm talking about like ESPN. We'll have like an MLG tournament event where they have announcers and shit. You know, there'll probably be like whole gaming channels created for basic cable.
They've had that. ESPN has had an MLG or a gaming.
But I'm talking about when people actually start getting excited for it because even the older gamers are starting to get into it now.
Right. Well, they only used to have Madden Challenge. I think that's what you're talking about, Slot, is they had Challenge, and then they did come out with some little clips and stuff from MLG. And MLG actually used to do a thing on USA Network back in 05 or 06 and 07.
I watched those. That was that's what I was thinking. That was where they had their chance, you know. And I honestly don't see it getting big in the next 10 years. I can say that. I don't see gaming getting to being where it's considered a sport by the average Joe.
Oh, dude, honestly, it's going to be there within a couple of years, just off what I'm doing with it.
I'm just saying, it's a breeding thing. I mean, Hitler, I'm going to give you a Hitler quote here.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, here comes a Hitler quote. One time, Hitler was walking through a city in France, and a guy said, "You'll never stop me. You'll never stop my camp. I'll never give up." And Hitler looked at the man and said, "It doesn't matter, because your children is already in my camp. And once you die off, your children will know nothing but my rule. And I've already defeated you." Yeah. That's the whole aspect here. The older people are never going to admit it as a sport. Like, you know, the people in the 30s or 40s that aren't really into games. But the fact is their children are playing the games. And when their children play the games, they're going to pass the games on to their children and then to their children. And then it's just going to take over and take form.
Well, that's
the same form as the Hitler's comment there.
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, like, you know, the big thing to look at is look at it like this. And I'll tell you right now, the reason I say that gaming has the potential to be the biggest sport in the world, I mean, I'm talking bigger than frickin' poker. And the reason for it is because if not as big as poker, exactly. But the thing is because it's all about convenience, and that's what it's about. It's all about accessibility. And the reason why gaming is so convenient, you don't need to go to the store to buy gear. I mean, in a sense you kind of do. You don't need to go to, like, you know, some type of gym or gymnasium. You don't have to, you know, change your clothes, go take a drive somewhere. All you have to do is pull the covers off your body, step out of your bed, walk 5 feet, turn your box on, and you're making money. Just like poker. You turn your computer on, you're already making money. It's all about convenience.
All right, we got to wrap this up soon.
Anyway, but
that's been Painkiller already. Episode. We kind of got all the random MLG here. You know, we ran it over a little bit, but this has been Justin, BossNasti Silva. I'll put his channel in the link here. You guys check him out. He does gameplay walkthroughs like Tmart. And speaking of Tmart, he was in this podcast as well. He just never spoke up.
Wake up, T.
Dude, I don't even, like, you guys were talking about Halo, talking about all this stuff. I don't have a clue. Never. I came into gaming in COD 4, and that's all I know. COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2. That's what I do.
Well, we got some Hitler talk in, so that's always good.
Exactly. Thanks for the quote, by the way.
Hitler was basically a form of Nietzsche. I mean, Nietzsche was a big influence to Hitler, and a lot of my Hitler quotes are Nietzsche teachings. And I mean, I don't know how many followers of Friedrich Nietzsche, but he was a German philosopher.
All right, Professor Wings.
I think we should end it. I think we should end the podcast.
Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
Peace.